All right, ladies and gentlemen, seriously apologies for the wait. Technical issues across the board, right? Servers crashed, but now after some extraneous effort, we managed to reset the game completely to where it was before. So to recap, this is round five currently of Hoppers Crossing versus East Doncaster. East Doncaster on the attack, Hoppers Crossing on defense. And yeah, right now, Doncaster, they have rifles across the board to play with, 2 ultimates, and Hoppers Crossing, just pretty much classics. So I said earlier, there should be a free run for East Doncaster to win this round. There's really no way they would lose. But now, they are going to go for the B side. Mid's been taken completely. All the rotations are coming through. Jet's managed to grab the ult over towards A long. Has the Blade Storms, so she may be the only person to make a huge play here. Boy, here's the call. He calls for the rotations. Jet is the one to keep your eyes on right now on defense, because she might be able to go huge here with a few blades. Vort opens up, takes down some Rebels on site. Now that's an interesting stage to block off the defenders, but you can actually jump over it. As you can see, it's about to happen right now. Oh, nice pop, but the Hunter's Fury is good because it's a kill box right now over towards defender spawn. Vort, oh, that's a lot of damage. You tag down 2 players. And it only takes a few more bullets to take them down. They only have classics, and once again, Tobo, the one with the classics, has to get in there and go huge with the blades. 5's are in, 2 is death. Okay, that's anticlimactic. Looking to be a flawless round for East Doncaster right now, as OPL spots out the last Omen, and Tobo and the Cypher over towards Market. A little bit of a anticlimactic struggle here, as Poi does take down OPL, but now this is a complete hailstorm as Potato sprays down Poi. Well, Reinhardt, we're back, aren't we?
Yeah, we definitely are, and I gotta say, straight off the bat, they're already kicking things into 5th gear, gone hardcore like that. They managed to get onto site, they managed to plant, and they completely took over everything needed to completely ace away that round and give themselves another point. Now the score is sitting in favor for... Oh, man, if my brain can catch up, my brain is actually sort of scuffed from that little technical issue we had before. What were the teams again? I'm trying to bring up the list.
Crossing on defense, East Doncaster on the attack.
East Doncaster, that's it. They got wiped out pretty quickly, and they did well to try and hold up, but the minute they got held at the back, that was it. Now looking through to this next round, number 6, a lot of action as we can see coming out from Omen as he tries to ulti and gets back over to A site. Cypher is still sitting there, looking pretty strong in the defense. The rest of the team will actually need to catch up very quickly if we're not careful.
If we just see Cypher's cam, okay, Cypher's cam is not actually looking over towards A long. It spots out A short and basically most of the tree room here. So he's waiting for A split to come through. And I like this from East Doncaster. They showed aggression, but it's over towards mid actually. That's just going to engage with Potato as Potato takes down Tobo the Hobo. Nice opener. So now the defense, they're split across the map. You have to have players across mid, B, and A short. So East Doncaster, they should have the advantage coming into this current situation at least. And as we can see, the A split finally coming through. Cypher over towards Heaven. Nice orbital strike to force Cypher back, while Missile Curve kills the B lurker on Ivory. So post plants, Spike is down, 4 on 4, and oh, with the rifle, maybe you can wallbang through. You can indeed, but Vort once again going for the aggressive push, takes out 1, instant trade back, and Poi goes huge as he punishes the aggression from OPL. So East Doncaster, they got the spike down, but now they're struggling. They're bleeding players. The Odin at distance, nice, sprays down Missile Curve. Potato strikes back. Potato gets a triple as he cleans house, and now East Doncaster. It was an expensive round, but they won it at the end of the day, up by 2.
Yeah, and that's going to give them that extra lot of confidence coming through, taking the charge. Already, everybody's building full loadouts after hitting respawn, whereas on the outside spectrum, a couple players are lagging behind in creds, specifically Jet and Poi, to say the least. And then we can see Smebbles is trying to sort of reset himself up a bit. Going to go pick up the half shields across the board over on Hoppers, but... You know, they're also sitting on 3 Sheriffs and 2 Spectres, which is going to be a bit of a hindrance coming through this round. They will need to rely more on utility rather than gunplay this time.
And this is also part of the reason of the 3.0 patch, the economy changes, right? So they have to really be careful with the econ here. 3 players, they can buy in the following round, but 2, they are sort of poor. So they have to really hold on to what they can, minimal util, and make use of the loss bonus, right? But the thing is, all of them have half armor, and this is actually an interesting thing about the current state of the game. The Phantom is superior compared to the Vandal in this situation. More bullets, faster fire rate, and against half armor, or 1 shot to the head regardless. But hey, OPL, he does open things up with a Phantom headshot nonetheless. A pinch to come through again. Only a lone Skye on site, and oh, Smebbles, I feel so bad for this guy. Has a Spectre, can't do any work. OPL takes a few shots to the chest, but then that's the privilege of Reyna, the overkill. Blind Paranoid from Poi, but he's inside the slow orb, and Vort, this should be an easy kill for him, should he even spray through. It's a 20-second smoke though. Oh, yeah, okay. Poi walks through, and that's an easy kill for Vort. So far, this attack from East Doncaster looking really flawless. Mystical Curve 23 HP, has a Spectre, 1 Leer, nice opener, overheals come through, and Jam Jam executes OPL over towards Glass. From a 2v5 turned into a 2v3, this retake's still doable, but look at the ultimates. Potato's hiding behind his wall, and you have Killjoy with the potential Killjoy lockdown available, which is 10 seconds, and a defuse is 7. So, they could honestly attempt a retake, but it's not going to happen. As we can see, the last two defenders rotating out to save the rivals. Ivory catches one out. Ivory with the double! Nice shot! Mystical Curve goes down to hell.
And that's all she wrote, leading through to round number 8. This is a huge lead. 3 wins in a row, actually. Staggering a 5-point difference. Oh, sorry, 5 points to 2. I gotta say, Hoppers, they're putting up a good defense, but when it comes to, you know, trying to sort of hold their ground a little bit, it is working a little bit in favor more for East Doncaster, just because of how much better they're actually applying the, you know, their gunplay, as well as, you know, they're flickering. They're really getting on top. Like we saw before from the likes of Killjoy, really knows how to pile it in. Now coming through this next round, looking to try and continue to charge, but they're a bit more evenly split.
Ooh. The Trailblazer nowadays, you know, it has a longer field of view, I would say, so you can actually spot out more players, although it was only good for one, as one of the attackers finally, East Doncaster, does get taken down over towards short there. Sorry, Tiles. But the thing is, that's the most important player, arguably, early round. They've lost their source of smokes, and that's crucial for any side take. Problem now, East Doncaster, they are split across the map. Oh, okay. Potato, he's used it as an 8-point resurrection to bring Brimstone back. Now they're back to full power. They have the smokes. And in retaliation, Seekers have been deployed. But no, Mystical Curve the drop down. He's been heard! Pushes right out to his death. OPL. He had Mystical delivered to him on a silver platter. A-side, once again, seems to be the sign of choice. It's been taken on Tobo, risking life and limb there to take down Vort, equalize the numbers before waiting for his team to get into position for a retake. Although, Smebbles, okay. He's broken the door to it short, but Ivory, this time Laluric looks to be successful. The wallbang, however, is not enough. Still gets the headshot. Then the defense, it's all down to lone last Omen. 1-on-2. Potato's under towards hell. Killjoy lockdown is poised, but that's an operator in Poise's hands. I think he is going to save this because it's $4,700. He doesn't want to lose, and plus the retake with an operator, it's going to be impossible, despite having rifles on the ground.
Exactly. He's opting for this operator means he's going to try and stick back and sort of play the safe bet. You know, as you said, it is the most expensive gun in the game, and he's going to hold on to it and go through to another round. There we go. He's coming through. He misses the first bullet.
He won't miss the second, though, and Ivory does go down. But, oh, Sage is right next to him. They won't make it expensive for Poi. A wallbang could have taken him down, but, hey, it wasn't meant to be. All right, look. East Doncaster, they managed to really cement themselves a little bit of a lead here. This is 6 rounds back-to-back. Well, it's technically 4 back-to-back if you exclude the earlier reset of the technical issues. But economy-wise, right, they have a very strong economy. They're fine to afford off of their win streak. However, ultimate, I do think it should be Hopper's Crossing who has the advantage. You have the Omen from the Shadows TP and Mystical Curve, especially with the Empress. She has to go huge with that ability. And then once again, Econ change is coming through. Smebbles only a shotgun, and the Bucky doesn't get a single shot off as Vort checks the corner, protecting his teammate. B-side looks right. He's playing defensively, playing off of his Cypher Traps, which gets popped just as I say it. And now B-side is completely open. Ultimate's being used just to clear angles. Dearie me, very clean from East Doncaster. Oh, over towards Market. Potato, he tried to go for a sneaky mid-play there, but Tobo Hobo will punish him. So that's just Sage down post-plant. No Sage walls, no heals, and no slow orbs to delay a retake. The defense, though, they are still fragging out. The attackers falling one at a time. Vort catches out Jam Jam walking around the corner. Takes a bullet to the chest, though. Vort looking to double dip, but it was a little bit too much than he bargained for. Pulls out the Hunter's Fury, though. They are down the player, and he's only 1 lick away from death. And some damage is always looking for. Can't manage to land anything. The spike, it's ticking away by the time. The pressure is on. The defenders decide to run on. Time to troll with the Odin again. Takes down 1. But however, the defenders are on site and the attackers are off-site. The defuse coming through, and it needs to be defended. It's time to troll. Sprays down 1. His job is done. Poi can't stick the entire 7-second defuse. Well played by Doncaster. Oh, dear. That's close as well for Vort.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough. 2 rounds to 7. The first 2 went over to Hoppers. Now we can see on the other side of the spectrum, East Doncaster winning the progressive 7 on top of. So it really goes to show the difference with, like, where their skills lie strongest currently. Like, we can see Hoppers have the first 2 rounds, which means they do well with pistols, and going through those, like, the sub, I guess, or the lights, picking up the Spectres, sticking on the Sheriffs, trying to play around the map with, the weaker side of things. Now getting through to proper econ and such, it's now over to East Doncaster.
Yeah, but how about East Doncaster, they have so much money, and it's a full buy once again. The best thing about this is they're farming that B main ult orb. They get main control, and that's a free extra ult point. Especially nowadays, post 3.0 patch, ultimates are much more expensive across the board, pretty much. Tobo, though, despite having the judge nerf, he opens things up, gets 1 onto time to troll. That's no smokes again, but the instant trade back make that 2 as Vault takes down Mystical Curve over towards mid as well. Nice sting from Poi, confirms the kill. But just, it wasn't enough to go anymore, as A-site once again being taken by East Doncaster. They're like a tidal wave right now. Spark to go down, 2v3 for the retake with inferior weaponry. The Bucky, again, it's cheap, but it's a very situational gun, especially when trying to retake. It's almost impossible to do so. Smebbles as well with the judge at distance. A classic was really his best option, although there's a Phantom and an Odin over towards short, so perhaps a missed opportunity there. East Doncaster cementing their momentum even further.
This game's looking to be over pretty quickly. I mean, now 8 rounds consecutively. We got 2 more before we hit the switch over, and so far East Doncaster not showing any signs of losing their momentum. They are really trying to, keep themselves on par. And the fact that you said before, they have so much cred. They have so many creds in their backpack. They can essentially spend some like extra and still have enough for the next round.
Oh, nice actually ping by Vault there. It confirms exactly where Mystical Curve is. Now, for Hoppers Crossing, I think this has to be the round that they take back to at least get a few in before the first half ends. As I say that, Poi opens things up, takes down OPL, so no Raynor to deal with, no Lears, but they have 3 ultimates, and, now might be the time to use it as Mystical Curve. Yo! He gets taken down by Potato, and that's the most impactful ultimate, in my opinion, on the defense side right now. Down. Mid control, once again taken by East Doncaster, but they are going to get pinched in by the defenders as this, defense. Okay, I was going to say it's looking alright as Scar gets tagged down heavy. They still have Cypher util to play off of though, but Smebbles not long for this world. Poi's gone now. 1 by 1, they're falling. They're diving into the enemy's hands. That's all down to Lone Cypher. Literally Lone Cypher. It's a 1v4 this. Cypher traps are gone. He's spraying bullets. Has to go for the reload. Things are getting tense here. Misses the shots. Ivory confirms it. That was a must-win round for Hoppers Crossing, and unfortunately East Doncaster once again momentum.
Round before the switch.
Yep, now hitting the last round before the switch. Still so far ahead. East Doncaster really pulling off massive moves today, and this, considering how strong this map has been for them, playing on attack has done them favors. I wonder if we'll see the same coming out from Hoppers once we hit the switch. And, the first 2 rounds, we could see Hoppers actually take the first 2 rounds again if history decides to repeat itself in this match. But, it's still anybody's guess. But I'm loving how much they're trying to hold on to things. Like, they're not trying to go too far. But the problem is they're risking a little too much. They're not trying to wait for their team to catch up.
You should run.
Okay, once again, same old story. A main control, B main control, 3 ult orbs. That's a huge part of the reason why East Doncaster, they're having, well, not a huge part of the reason, but part of the reason why East Doncaster, they're having a cakewalk right now. There's only 1 defender on the A side. Nice flick by OPL. Mystical Curve just barely covered by his rifle. Mystical gets the kill regardless. The Killjoy ultimate over towards B was a fake, as the real take is over towards A again. 1 player detained, but they lost 1 attacker in the process. But once again, Spike to go down, and the defense has to get a hurry on to rotate over. Otherwise, 45 seconds, it's going to turn into less and less time as we speak. Jet, alright, dives already in. Toba gets 1, but OPL sprays him down. 1-for-1 trades, and the Dismiss gets out of there. Team Flash and Poi, he's a little bit frustrated as a defenders. They are once again on the man disadvantage. Nice shot dart! That's a lot of damage done. Vort even continues his reign of terror. Smebbles goes down. Poi, 1v3, and Vort, he's done damage, and I think his job here is done. Poi, 2 body shots from death. This retake is going to be almost impossible, especially with time now against them. He's going to walk out. He's spots out 1, but OPL, yeah, just had the drop on them. Poi, nothing he could do. Double digits now for East Doncaster to finish off the first half.
Switching sides.
And, okay, so looking at what's going on right now, it's the second half. Double digits for East Doncaster, but unfortunately, as much as I hate to say this, I think Hoppers Crossing have lost their mojo or their stride coming into the second half, especially due to that technical timeout and the errors we had earlier on. It does really take the concentration out of a team. Now, these two teams, they are tied on the leaderboard in terms of scores, so it's actually not that big of a difference. But hey, look, pistol round. This is the chance to turn things around. Nice recon error. Spots out a few players though. Vaunts, however, he does open things up, getting one. And now, if we could just have the camera on my feed as I'll try to do the observing and casting by myself. The attack has been halted just briefly. Lotobo manages to take one down on the flank. OPL just getting ahead of himself just a tad bit. Now, the defenders, they've rotated 3 over towards A, and there's only 1 over towards B here. Killjoy has Ryutil to play off of on defense. However, it's no small feat, I have to say. The entire army of Hoppers Crossing about to descend on him. Now, he has to make this call early. Ivory, let's see if he can hear the footsteps. He hears it for sure. He has only 1 Nanoswarm and a Llama over towards short here to stop a push potentially. Nanoswarm hasn't been pulled just yet. Okay, now it's been pulled, but Ivory has to hold on sight. Nice for fragility. If he's looking the wrong way, perhaps misses the clicks. It's one shot was all he needed. Mystical was so low, and Ivory whiffs this defense. That could have been the linchpin to basically win the round. Tobo is in a sneaky position here over towards Logs. But he has to be aware he's going to get pinched from main and markets. Perhaps defensive spawn as well. Tobo spots out one, but he's missing the shots. Nice molly to burn him out of there. And a flurry of action. 2 attackers are down post plants. Mescal Curve gets caught out. And Jam 1v3. It's going to be almost impossible. He's going to land a few headshots here. And Vort, with the frenzy, sprayed down and wins the day. East Doncaster. Okay, I won't lie. It looked a little bit risky there, but they do manage to carry over the momentum.
It is over.
Also, Vort earlier on, if you guys do remember before the game actually started, I was saying that he should be a player to watch out for because his name, besides being familiar to me, he's played in the LPL leagues, and therefore it tells me he should be a semi-competent player at the very least. And that's what we're seeing. Almost 20 bombing on Sova of all characters. Not doing too bad for himself. After a single pistol round, his ultimate as well, which is 8 points by the way, already charged up 4 out of 8. Full by Spectre's armor with only the areas on Ivory, which is okay, but once again, I think it's better to use on Sova. As Potato does open things up over towards mid, takes down Poi. So, okay, East Doncaster, they're really putting in the works right now. Vaughn, he heard the, he saw the plays at least over towards A long, sees the Skybird, spots out one, but he has more footsteps. As long as he can get visual confirmation, sees all 4 of them, calls for the rotation ASAP. Sage is behind him to back him up, but Vaughn, here's to go huge, snipes down 1, a second, easy PG, Sage is here, a triple, a quad. The tag team, the dynamic duo, and now it's match point for East Doncaster. Oh god, oh god. As much as I hate to say this, once again, you know, it's just a single technical pause. It's ruined the concentration of one team, and this is brutal considering it's the final week of the round robin stages. Ideally, they would like to win every game they can, but in a situation like this, when you're down this bad, down 10 rounds, it's rough. On the bright side, though, East Doncaster, they can't really afford to have rifles this round, so it will be their bonus. Buying full armor, same old SMGs, and a full buy coming out from the attack side. But Potato, you saw for Ghost, and Ghost versus rifles, it doesn't seem to work out quite well. Tobo catches Vort being a little bit too proactive A-long, and that timing. Potato catches out another over towards mid, but there is still Sage over towards short. The footstep though, Poi knows exactly where our player is. Spots at the shoulder, gets the headshot. Okay. So we are seeing signs of life from Hoppers Crossing right now. But then again, this is the bonus round for East Doncaster. Realistically, you shouldn't really win the bonus. If you do, that's the cherry on top. Long range distance though, time to troll. Nice spray down. Jam couldn't quite land the initial headshot with the rifle. So now the thing is, time to troll, he's on 30 HP. It may be prudent for him to just really go for the SMG rush, try to do some more damage before he gets taken down. But it's Ivory. He's on full HP, full armor. That's $1,000. Oh, manages to get into the corner. Poi has no idea. Poi has no idea. Aubrey has no idea either. Oh, you're joking.
One enemy remaining.
Poi gets one, but finally Aubrey turns around, avenges his teammate. It was a little too late though, as Tobo cleans up. So, they do hang on. Hopper's Crossing. Despite being down by 9 rounds, they are able to maintain a full buy here. Jam Jam, you have your ultimate, your theft, which is, by the way, 6 points. But the thing about Cypher also is that you have to get a fresh body to use it on, and it can reveal the positions of the entire enemy team. But once again, fresh body. Hopper's Crossing, this buy, it's a little bit disconnected. That's the only thing I can say. Really across the board. A few rifles, SMGs, Odin on time patrol again. I hope he does make good work of it. Potato, nice dink at range, but that's the problem with the Spectre. At distance, the damage drop off, it's a bit rough. Plus, I think it was a semi-wallbang. Stray shots being exchanged over towards mid, and Poi couldn't quite confirm the kill, but he does get intel at the very least. Vaunt, once again, aggression over towards A-Long, takes down Tobo. Poi, it's crucial that he stays alive here, because he's the only source of smokes now for Hopper's Crossing. Although the B-side take seems to be underway. Ivory, turret gets blown up. Jam Jam of all players, the battle Cypher to perhaps engage. Sponsor Jam Jam indeed. Now the Leah, nice molly from the time to talk, and they do get forced back. Vaught with the Hunter's Fury. Oh, that's a tag and a kill as well. Gets a double. Mystical and Jam Jam, they're down for the counts. 2v5 now. This is looking almost impossible. They spawn a few players over towards mid. It's a bit of a mode down, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Poi at least got the trade back, but it was a clean 13-3. Wow. Hopper's Crossing, they really were down bad after the technical issues, and all I can say was East Doncaster, they found the power to go all the way, and that's just it. Done and dusted. Goodness. 13-3. To call it domination isn't quite the right word. It's just a series of unfortunate events. They lost 1 round on their flawless run there. But hey, can you... Okay, you know what? I'll give it to them. This is called a win because they did win after all. But once again, it was just really unfortunate, given the scenario and everything. Well, guys, looking at the scoreboard here, not really much to break down. Vaught, like I said earlier, 5 first bloods as Sova. Not something you see every day. 24 kills and 8 assists. So he definitely was there backing up his teammates. Now, of course, guys, I do hope our MVP for today would be ready soon, because I'm pretty sure you guys can guess who I would nominate for MVP. Once again, Hopper's Crossing versus East Doncaster. Goodness. And the MVP of the game, it would be, of course, Vaught. What else can I say? The battle's over. He used his recon arrows, he used his ultis, and he used the shock darts that I've seen at least to do damage and to assist his team. 352 combat score, it speaks for itself. If it was a duelist at the top of the leaderboard with those stats, I'll be like, okay, that's fair, that's cool. But a Sova, not something you see every day, once again. Guys, thank you for tuning in. This has been game 1 of this week, and once again, technical issues, but hey, we got through it at the end of the day. Thank you for watching. I'm Digital Casts. You can follow me on Twitter or Twitch. That's my handle. And once again, Meta HSE Valorant, sponsored by Optus and Torrens University Australia. Thank you.